CorvairwilD. I didn't forget any letters. Mr. S.W. Piotrek in Poland thought I misspelled CORVAIRWILD, but that was a joke from 3 years ago when I did forget the L, but because it was a damp basement, water flowed in one side of the basement, out the other. Because of that, I was able to go back the next day and correct my mistake. What am I doing now? Pulling the form boards off, and they're a little sticky because something I hadn't realized, that this garage floor is actually tarmac because it used to be a driveway. It's not concrete. Tar macadam. So I'm pulling off all the forms, and only made one mistake here. Not the biggest deal, but I should have put styrofoam up against the cement block to make a thermal break, to break the thermal contact. I was on my hands and knees when the cement was curing, pulling out the crap from under the step. I didn't want that one by to blow out, so I put a strong back on it, and we couldn't get the bull float in very well, so better that the surface be lower than higher, because higher you got to break it down, cut it, grind it. So it's a little low now, but that's fine. I'm going to be building this up with thin set and putting on some ceramic tile or marble or who knows what. I did put a piece of styrofoam in there behind the pipes because I couldn't get the cement in there. And then I realized, wait a second, I should have put styrofoam all the way around, especially on these exterior cold walls. Water. But I didn't, and it's too late. So that's the way it is. Just that there's hot water pipes in there, and it's going to touch the exterior, so I'm going to lose a little bit of efficiency. Not a lot, but it wouldn't really cost very much to use up those two pieces of styrofoam over there. So this is done. Formed. Like my wire holder, piece of remesh to hold up the wire. I had to throw it across the concrete, so in case there was a problem I could unplug it in the breezeway, because I couldn't get in here. Junk. I heard a good show on the radio a few minutes ago. Terry Gross, Fresh Air, freshair.org. Fresh Air with Terry Gross. It was the senior editor of the New Yorker magazine. He wrote a book, and it's a great book on comedy. And one of the comic strips is they're testing a mouse. Testing an antidepressant, and the mouse hung himself, so they got bad news. The study failed. There's so many good jokes, man. This guy is so good. 1 and 2 panel jokes. Really good, really funny. I can't think of them now. Of course, you forget about jokes as soon as you hear them. But I would highly recommend you listen to it. Fresh Air with Terry Gross. Oh, a bunch of good jokes, one-liners, quick. I listen to the news in my other ear. It seems that Iran is making a 2/3 size carrier, airplane carrier. So Israel will have to go and bomb it. They'll take care of that. Yeah, aircraft carrier. Oh. They're thinking that they may build this little ship, then take it out with fake airplanes on the deck and then blow it up and say they blew up an American boat and sunk it. Yeah, a little bit of propaganda. Need a bigger bar. 2/3 the size of a Nimitz class. 800 feet long. Doesn't really matter if it chips. The concrete's going to all be covered over. It's an elaborate movie prop, they say. Hard to believe. It's the piece of crappy plywood that I use to stop the concrete from running. There. I gotta find my grinder, which I don't know where I put it, and cut these brackets off. Suburban. I went through the car wash. Looking good. I think it's time to eat something. I'm hungry. It's already 4:30. Got my bolts so the building doesn't blow away. And I was looking at some GTOs this morning on eBay. Oh man, there's a beautiful 65 in Texas. A 4-owner car, 389 tri-power 4-speed, red with a white painted top. Not a vinyl top. And not a convertible. Beautiful car. Oh man. 389 with 3 2s. Oh, $50,000. Mr. CW says, "You're not thinking of buying that, are you?" I said, "I'm thinking about it, but I ain't going to do it." There's so many GTOs. Oh, they're beauties. Blue ones and red ones and black ones. There's a couple in the barn. There's one in a barn. Looks like it has an inch of dust on it. It is just buried in dust. I hate looking at things. And I want one. Yep. 65. I prefer the 64, but I'll take a 65. GTO. Go look at it. 49,000 something or other. 4-owner, 389 tri-power. Factory tri-power car. Not added on. I have a few of those tri-power manifolds that I collected back in the late 70s, early 80s. Well, all kinds of crap. 2 4-barrel Buick intake manifolds. Flathead. Edmunds intake manifolds. 426 Chrysler red, 2 4s. Oh, I got all kinds of junk. All kinds of junk. I used to take all my money after getting paid and go shopping for car parts instead of investing it. I'd buy cars and bring them to the country, and I still got a couple of them. I'd pay rent. 2 garage spaces, 25 years. The rent's worth more than the car. Yep. Paid rent for 25 years. I always said one day I gotta buy a barn or a building or something. I finally did. Change the station. Screws. Just embedded in a bit of cement. Oops. Left a bit of it in there. Oh, I forgot one of the screws. Oh well. Not a big deal. A little green, as they say. I'm gonna eat something. Mrs. CW is on her way over. And she's gonna meet with the architect who's been drawing up plans, and we've been countering with different plans where to put the bathroom, the bathtub. Where's my big red bar? Somewhere I have a flat bar. Oh, right there. That's one of the most frustrating things of working on a job site. You put things down, guys pick it up, move it over to make room for another job, and they do a big cleanup and hide things underneath. I don't know how many times I'm on a job, I can't find something to walk around for 15 minutes. Bloody drill bit. Hey, girl. Yeah, nice 65 GTO. Red on the top. Original Survivor car. Looking for a show car, it says? Don't buy this one. It's full of 50 years of dents and dings, and the second owner from the 80s was watching the auction, and he chimed in. Funny, I've got so many old cars, and I know so little history of some of them. Almost none of the history. There we go. Just a matter of working at it. Like I said, it doesn't matter that I have gaps there. I'm going to be filling it with thin set anyways to put my ceramic tile down. We'll see what kind of ceramic tile they have at the flooring place that we like to go to. One place that I really like, family-owned local business. The guy collects a bunch of old cars too. He had a 72 442 which he sold. It wasn't the best restoration. Had a lot of Bondo in it. Looked good so far. He's got a 33 Ford fiberglass 3-window with 750 supercharged 2-carb horsepower. All kinds of toys. 62 GTO. I mean, sorry, a 62 Corvette. I got GTO in my mind. 62 Corvette. White with a red interior he's had for a long time. I've never driven in any of his cars. Never. You bored yet? You know what's funny? There's been people that have watched my videos in the past, and we've texted and kept in touch, and all of a sudden I notice I haven't heard from this person or these people. I guess I just lost interest in my videos. Sometimes I reach out and I go back to an old video and I see their name, or somebody will comment. Somebody commented on a video. I said replacing floor joists, and I was actually running wires after we had replaced the floor joists. So I played the video for a second, and there was Fruit Loops. We were running wires in one of my apartments 3 or 4 years ago. Just all of a sudden, there he was, Fruit Loops up on a ladder. We were running wires through the ceiling. Yeah, you missed Mr. Fruit Loops. Mrs. CW was there too. She saw it. Sad. Very sad. Life is a tragedy. Miss Mr. Fruit Loops. Buried. What do you think about that landslide in Washington? Oso? What a mess. The whole freaking side of the mountain slid down. Everything. They had one of those near here, it was the biggest land movement ever recorded. They were watching it. One house was splitting up, the porch was moving away, and there's nothing you could do. It's too big. The whole house was sliding down the hill a couple inches a day. It's pretty bad. 10 centimeters or something per day or per week. This was a couple of years ago. There we go. Now I can vacuum this all up, and that can all be filled. It doesn't matter that I have a gap there. I'm going to put ceramic tile. I might get some bullnose tiles. I'll take that high part off here. It's a little high in the corner. The contractor had a good idea. He said, we're going to put some heavy cement in there, heavy concrete, so it doesn't push down and then come back up. So we took a few shovelfuls off. I don't know if you saw that because I tipped over the camera a minute and a half into the video and didn't notice it for 5 minutes. So it was recording sound but no image. The lens got pushed in, but when I took the camera off the floor, I just tickled the lens for a second and it came right back to life. Unlike some of my other cameras that the lens gets jarred and that's it. Little plastic gear inside goes off kilter and got nothing. Got a whole bunch of those cameras. I wish I knew someone that could fix them. I got 5 or 6 of them on my shelf. Alright, we're going to eat something. We'll get her done. We'll do a nice job. I always do a good job. Miss you, Mr. Fruit Loops. He'd do a good job too. Let's go find my grinder. Maybe he has it. Can't find my grinder. It's around here somewhere. Light fixture.